Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hey everyone, checking in on the airline sector, which had a huge hype and FOMO day. Short squeeze, huge volume, massive follow through. It was the weakest sector for a long time trading sideways, and we are now seeing it explode as the laggard. So we're going to look at JETS, the ETF, then AAL, UAL, DAL, SAVE, and BA, which is not an airliner, but certainly enough correlation to throw it into the mix. Talking about correlations, TCG tip right here. If you are trading cruises, airliners, gambling or casino, or hotels, you need to have XLF, the financial sector, up on a screen at the same time. Why? I don't know. I don't know why they're correlated, but they are very significantly correlated. The financial sector, in my opinion, is leading these moves. Not leading, but is the reason that we're seeing these moves. And just as an example, this is the financial sector, and we're going to overlay JETS, the ETF for the airline sector. And we're going to make it not bar charts, but we will make it a bar chart, not candles, so we can tell some difference. Look at how correlated these two daily charts are. They are doing the exact same thing on the daily time frame. So what this tells me, and let's zoom in, because this might not be enough for you to believe it. Look at the 15-minute time frame today. It's the exact same thing. Look at the 15-minute time frame yesterday, and let's zoom in, because it's the exact same thing. Look at the 15-minute time frame, you get the idea. They are so significantly correlated that, in my opinion, if I'm looking bearish in the airliners and I want to play a blow-off top and short, I absolutely need to be watching for a top to be set in the financial sector. So why is this happening? Again, I don't feel that the financial sector is the reason things are going up. It's, in my opinion, because this is a giant game with virtual numbers in cyberspace, and there are big money players that have linked up their automated trading algos and bots to be trading these laggard sectors based off of XLF. Why can I say it's based off of XLF? How do I know that XLF is not just mimicking the airline sector? Well, in my opinion, whenever I'm looking at correlations, the leader is whoever has the most dollar volume. And if we're talking dollar volume here on XLF, 20-day average volume, 72 million shares traded, and we're trading in the low to mid 20s. Today was $1.7 billion or something like that. So 72 million shares traded average at low $20. Look at JETS. Highest dollar volume by over 100% that we have ever seen. And that dollar volume today, or that volume today, is 23 million shares traded at less than $20. So we're talking literally the highest volume day ever being a quarter of the average volume of the financial sector. So that is why I feel that the financial sector is absolutely the leader here. And we need to be watching for the financial sector to top out to know when we're going to see consolidation in these FOMO sectors, with the airliners being among them. So looking at JETS, clearing these resistances. So we started 2 days ago. We were in the middle of this week and we had resistance at 1660 and 1805. As soon as you clear those two levels, there is a very clear lack of resistance. We dumped through the order book here. And if you're talking on this is a macro level, a daily chart, if you're talking on a 5-minute time frame and you're looking at the order book and you see a huge amount of dollar volume in shares flush, and you flush down for 20 minutes, it is very easy to V-shape bounce because you're clearing out the order book. To a certain degree, that's happening on the daily time frame as well. So as soon as you clear the high of the COVID bounce, it's much easier for the bulls to move than it is when you have previous price levels of resistance from just a couple weeks ago. So daily higher low and higher high set, huge volume. We're certainly going to be watching for a volume climax. We're going to be watching for a loss of the hourly uptrend in the financial sector to indicate temporary tops being set. And looking at XLF, we can say anything above 2487 is an hourly higher low. And as long as the hourly uptrend remains intact, the bulls will keep full control. watch this correlation. Correlations can change, they can shift, but as of right now, it's very significant. Jets, hourly high or low. We had one set there at the end of the day. 1871 is the most important support level for me. High, low of the dump, lower high, and now trading a little bit higher after hours. So 1871, 1850, and 1845 are the most important support levels heading into tomorrow. And of course, if we break 1968, then the move is not done. And the next previous price level to be looking at is 1988, and then 20 psychological. Hourly uptrend is our guide, and XLF is the captain of the ship. I guess it should be the captain of the plane. So AAL, huge dollar volume. Again, you're not going to find dollar volume that significant at any point in time. I assume so. And we took out, look at all these resistances. So before today, we had resistance at 1255, 1289, 1340, 1724, 1849. And we took out all of them but one, all at the same time. So why are we seeing so much dollar volume? Again, imagine shorts. There are shorts that have stop losses over this level. There's shorts that have it over that level, over that level, over that level, depending on what their risk tolerance is and depending on when they entered their trade. And if you're clearing everybody at once, you're just forcing this massive amount of market buys, which result, obviously, in a huge move up. Nice 15-minute equilibrium for another leg up into the end of the day. Volume climax on the 5-minute time frame marked that top very clearly. And then we had a very significant pullback. So there's certainly volatility in both directions. Bulls have big favor, but we did drop 13% in a half an hour or so, maybe 40 minutes, and tightened up into the end of the day. Bears tried to make a move after hours where less dollar volume can go a lot further, but didn't really do much there. 1576 is the most important support into tomorrow. UAL, big bull move. We had already broken bullish yesterday. So AAL was a bit of a laggard as far as its peers are concerned because UAL is an example of breaking two of its resistance levels yesterday. And then, of course, today following through, taking out another level. We're not at the COVID bounce high yet. Well, we did break it by 7 cents. That's a double top at the moment. 39.78, 39.85. And if we break that level, next level is 44.31. Leaps and bounds in between previous price levels once you break the high of the COVID bounce. It ended up being a nice falling wedge, and it didn't instantly break out of this falling wedge like many people are used to, but just to draw it as an example, clear downtrend resistance line, tightening range. We broke bullish, little higher low, and now taking off. DAL, strong close, big bull volume, breaking resistances, so we can distinguish who's at the high of the COVID bounce. Jets, the ETF, is one of them. AAL at the high of the, actually I take that back, AAL did not break the high of the COVID bounce. One more level to go, 1849. UAL broke it, but we're considering that a double top. DAL, 35.89 is that level, and we're not over it yet. So that is the most important resistance aside from the high of today and our hourly high or low. End of the day, we've got two levels to be watching, most clear on the 15-minute chart. Three levels, 31.34, 31.09, and 30.78. If the Bears are going to have a really successful day tomorrow, they have to take out all three of these 15-minute high or low levels that we're seeing on all of these names. And of course, if those 15-minute high or lows remain intact, the Bulls keep complete control. SAVE, taking out all of its levels. It is at the high of the COVID bounce. So high of yesterday, took out a couple levels. High of today, finished it off. Again, huge bull volume and 15-minute time frame to find our supports. 2012 and 1973 are the most important support levels. Bears have to break them to see any kind of follow through. And if you are a bull, again, you want to determine, are you going to exit before daily consolidation, or are you going to hold through daily consolidation? Because we know a daily high or low is extremely likely to form on all these names, but that daily high or low could happen 15 to 20% off of the high. And even just back to the last bull move, let's just look at the ETF as a whole. From the high of that move, if you were holding on, you had to sit through over 10% of consolidation. Obviously, it paid off with follow through, but you have to make that decision before the heat of the moment. Otherwise, you're going to be reacting to your emotions. So are you holding through daily consolidation to find a higher low, or are you going to lock in your profit, try and re-enter for a daily higher low, and that all depends on you as an individual. BA, daily higher low and higher high, huge bull volume the past couple of days. Resistance, 186.48 was the high of the COVID bounce. We took out that level today, not a ton of follow through, but certainly a bull break. And looking at the hourly time frame, most important support, 181.45, 180.71. If we lose those levels, you could say we lose the hourly uptrend, which would mean zoom out and watch for a daily higher low to form. Loss of the hourly uptrend is the first indication that daily consolidation is likely underway. And XLF is our guide for now. At some point in time, we're going to notice these correlations break, but that's certainly not where we're at right now. So I hope you're well. Congrats to the bulls. Tons of profit. If you are shorting, have a stop level. The last thing you want to do is get stuck in a short squeeze, because things can always get way more extended than you anticipated. And hopefully at this point, everybody realizes market cap, valuation, fundamentals matter this much. Technicals, price action, dollar volume matters this much. Have a good day. See you soon.